Good evening. We bring you the latest in the world of sports. I'm Paulo Del Rosario.
We give you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite icons and athletes. I'm Dip Dipianco. Watch the game live in our past episodes on demand on the Filipinas Live app for just 149 pesos a month. Available for download on Google Play or the App Store.
Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. Well, the first chapter of the UAAP Season 86 men's basketball has closed, and the stories it gave us were nothing anyone could have expected. Here with us to dissect what went on in the final days of the first round are UAAP analyst Coach Willie Wilson and Diego Dario. Gentlemen, welcome. It's
First round pa lang ba?
It feels like
Bilis, no?
Grabe yung mga dami ng overtime.
yeah, it's a lot of weird feelings. But first of all, I think there's no team that felt the best at the end of the first round. Then a UST team that finally broke a losing streak, their longest in history. Coach, I'll start off with you. Just, I don't know if you ever felt that, a long losing streak, but then breaking it. Just how good do you feel for this group, this UST team?
Well, you got to say that it's equivalent to winning a championship. 19 games, all losses. They revamped the coaching staff. They bring in a former champion coach, a former player from that school, champion PBA coach. You know, as a player and as a coach, he's been on championship staffs. This is what they're looking for. I think the program is trending in the right direction, and you know, there's nowhere but
up. No, but speaking of that, sorry, Diego, were you part of that team that broke the losing streak?
Yes, I was part. So talking about coming from losing seasons, which goes way back, like the previous season for UST. You know, winning that one game doesn't just mean winning it as a team, but for the community as well. Them believing that, okay, we can win games in the UAP, we're going to start watching, we're going to start supporting. And as a team, they have that collective experience. This group specifically, they have that experience of winning already. So, you know, they already know what it takes, and it's just going to be, you know, upward from here for this UST Growling Tigers.
What does it mean now for the UST community, Coach Willie? Is it a little too late for UST to finally, break in the Final Four? There's a whole second round yet to be played, but kaya pa ba nilang pumasok dun, if ever, in the second round?
I mean, if we're talking about record-wise, there is a chance.
Just the numbers?
But, numbers-wise. But I don't think that's what you know they're really aiming for. Obviously, yes, that would be great for them to make it there, but they just want to see, you know, steps moving forward. They want to see some progress with regards to the lineup and some positive plays from their younger guys. Because again, this is a rebuild. Let's not, you know, confuse what's going on here. This is a rebuild, and I'm really, really excited for what this team has coming next year.
In the future.
They're going to shock
they got
a lot.
They have some players in their bag right now.
They're going to shock a lot of teams.
Absolutely. For this season, though, mathematically possible, but then practically improbable.
Highly unlikely.
Yes.
Right.
So we'll move on now to a game that Diego wants to talk about.
Do I want to?
I don't know if you want. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out.
Game that he has to talk about.
Ateneo UP. First off, commiserations to UP for not finishing with a win, rather a spotless record. But Ateneo, given the game that they did, what stood out for you?
I think Ateneo did a great job in that game. They deserved that win. They really controlled the pace. They didn't allow UP to do their usual running game. They didn't commit a lot of turnovers, which resulted to fast break points. And that's a chunk of UP's points come from fast break points and points from turnovers. And Ateneo did a great job of taking those away. So I think that's number one. And Ateneo in overtime, their execution was top notch. You know, they weren't going for risky plays. They knew where they were going. They went to this guy, Mason Amos, 7 points in overtime.
Yeah.
They just really did a great job in overtime in executing, finding open shots, and making those shots.
It's so hard to predict Ateneo's season right now. It's been a roller coaster for them, up and down. They actually lost to FEU, and then they won against the number 1 seed. But for the UP Fighting Maroons, Coach Willie, what does this loss mean to them? Should they be worried in the second round, especially that they'll face Ateneo again next Sunday for round number 2?
Two schools of thought there. It's nice to lose this early, work out the kinks, show that you're not invincible. You know, kind of bring them down a little bit because you don't want to be overconfident. But it is also never nice to lose because we all know that getting that undefeated, record in this regular season, what does that mean for the next round? It's a step ladder. So you're waiting virtually in the finals, literally and virtually. So there's a mixture of both. Obviously, you can't do anything now. You've lost. You see where you're vulnerable. A team that can stop your running game, as Diego said, you got to figure out how to execute in the half court.
Yeah, so again, Ateneo cutting a 6-game win streak here for UP, and they don't have to wait very long to try and do it again. But let's now move on to a team that admittedly not a lot of people have been talking about here, and that is the NU Bulldogs, who have only lost once
Which
this
Dip is
season so far.
a team that Dip is very familiar with. 'Cause
Right.
He
Yeah.
covered the
And
NU
I felt
Bulldogs
the
when
same
he was
way.
a courtside
I felt the
reporter.
same way. I mean, I think NU didn't have that much attention, but maybe Diego can tell us more about it.
I think it doesn't even matter for the NU Bulldogs. I'm sure you know this. If
They
they
like it
have
like
the
that.
attention
Yeah.
or they don't have the attention, what they want to do is play basketball the way they want to, which is play scrappy defense. Doesn't matter who scores the ball. They're going to move the ball. Open shot, if you make it, you make it. And Coach Jeff Napa, he's done a great job of putting in these roles for these players. They have Steve Nash Enriquez, Kian Baclaan. They're a deep team, and they're just stars in their own roles. No superstar, but stars in their own roles.
Coach Willie, you take a look at NU, people probably overlook them. Are they underdogs in your eyes or front runners here?
I still believe that they're underdogs because you're not a front runner until you've proven that you can actually win the big game.
Yeah.
And obviously, Ateneo's proven that. UP has proven that with different lineups, obviously, but that coaching staff is intact. And Coach Jeff Napa, although yes, he is a champion coach, he needs to show that he can do it at this level to be considered a front runner.
Right. At the end of round 1, we take a look at the team standings on your screens. UP and NU tied at 6-1, and then at the middle of the pack, Ateneo LaSalle at 4-3, and you have Adamson right behind 3-4. UEFU tied 2-5. UST, we mentioned, won their first game. Diggs, what do you think about round number 2? How will the season fare here in the UAAP?
I think round number 2 will just be as good as round number 1. You never know what to expect in the UAAP, so you just gotta tune
No
in.
predictions?
You gotta watch.
No predictions?
No predictions.
I think that's what Dip's asking for.
Exactly,
Right?
exactly. But Coach really has a quick one. What do you think?
We know the adjustments that Coach Tab makes, so expect to see a better second round record for Ateneo.
All right. Look, that might not bode well for my Lasal, but let's see.
Our Lasal.
Coach. Our Lasal.
Kailangan isama yun.
Oo nga, kailangan isama yun. But guys, don't go away because we're gonna have you here for our next segment, which is gonna be really fun.
Right? Because after the break, we've got a special hoops segment as we celebrate NBA Jersey Day 2023 ahead of the season tip-off. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game. Welcome back to the game. It's NBA opening week, and today is extra special because, as you can see from the drip, it's NBA Jersey Day 2023. We're talking to your hoop fans. Get your favorite jerseys on and make sure to post them on social media with the hashtag NBA Jersey Day as we approach the NBA tip-off 2023. And joining us tonight still with their own Jersey Day gear, our NBA Philippines All-Star analysts, Coach Willie Wilson and Diego Dario. Guys,
Yes, sir.
quick outfit change for us.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to
Reppin'.
ask you guys first. Do I have to state the
Who
obvious
are we
here?
wearing?
Why are you wearing this pal?
Why am I wearing it? This is a personal choice. I'm a big fan of Greg Jordan Clarkson, 00 ng Utah.
You know,
Greg
you know he's a
Are you gonna say
Jazz
Greg
fan.
No,
Foster?
Greg Ostertag.
say
The
Foster.
original 00 of Utah. No. It's Clarkson, just so everyone realizes. No.
I'm wearing D-Book and Gilas repping also.
Of course,
Jordan
Gilas
Clarkson.
repping. D-book for you?
D-Book because excited for the new Big Three out there. in
Ooh,
Phoenix.
interesting,
How
yeah.
about you, Jex?
I'm wearing a Clippers jersey, Kawhi Leonard, because I know he's a Lakers fan, so I chose the Clipper jersey just for the
Pangontra lang.
for the smoke.
The
And also,
Clipper-
you guys, all your players are scorers or shooters. What's about defense?
Right,
That's what
right,
the championship
right,
is
right.
about. Defense. Kawhi Leonard is locked down.
And coach was
Isn't
shaking his
isn't
head.
Zion all of that and some? But
I don't know. I haven't seen
hey,
I haven't seen Zion play in a very long time.
I gotta rep Zion because it's been a while since I've been here on the game,
yeah,
and I'm back.
All right, that's fair.
back.
That's fair. That's fair. We can go with that. All right, so now we're talking a lot about the jerseys, but then let's focus on, I guess, early predictions here. Coach Willie loves those early predictions.
I love early predictions.
Let's start out first with the contenders here in the East, in particular. A lot of changes in the league. For so many things are happening right now. But who do you have here in the Eastern Conference?
Well, I gotta start with the Boston Celtics. Although they are our mortal enemy. Look at the additions there with Kristaps, and then the late addition of Drew. They've just improved in so many different areas as far as now they have offense inside with Kristaps, although he doesn't play too much inside, but we know he is capable of catching lobs, and then a defender to add to the defense that you get from Tatum and Brown and Drew Holiday, a proven winner, somebody that can teach the youngsters on that team how to win it all. I think it's a great formula.
Now, we actually asked Diego here to poke some holes in all the arguments of Coach Willie. And why do you feel that may not be the case?
Because first of all, Kristaps, I don't know about.
You gotta agree with it.
I mean, I don't know about Kristaps. I know he can block some shots. He can shoot.
Lot of shots.
He can shoot from the outside,
Yes.
but how about in the playoffs? Like, is that gonna be? But I know it's the start of the
Yeah.
season.
Right.
I think Boston
right.
will still be a contender, though. I think they upgraded their pieces. You know,
Yes.
from a Marcus Smart, you get a Drew Holiday, and then
Correct.
you get Kristaps. I think they upgrade, but as you said, they gotta bring in the results first for
Right.
us to say that it's gonna be, the Boston Celtics. But I'm looking forward to another team that's green, not really the Boston Celtics.
I know though that Coach Willie also chose the
Yeah.
Milwaukee Bucks. What
Yes.
about
There you go. That's
Yes,
the team
I
I
did.
was talking about.
Yes, I did. Yes,
All
I
right.
did.
So why the Bucks though?
One simple answer. Dame time. Dame time.
And Diego celebrates. Cue the celebration there. I think we have an MVP contender here already.
Right, and also from the Milwaukee Bucks, who now has that point guard with him, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Why the Greek Freak, Coach Willie, for this year's MVP?
I mean, you space out the floor.
Yeah.
For him, you already got your shooters in Brook Lopez and all those other guys. Now you got a shooter at the one. Nobody to clog the paint. You got to start guarding Dame once he steps into the building. I think the driving lanes are going to open up like the refrigerator at midnight when I go downstairs looking for cookies.
Jex, are there any other contenders in your mind, or is Giannis really the guy?
I just wanna, add to what he said. As much as I want Dame to be that MVP guy, I think it's gonna work for them if Dame is that second guy because it's still Giannis' team.
Yes,
He's a
no,
superstar.
bona fide.
He's efficient, and I think it's all gonna start from Giannis, right? He attracts so much defense. He's gonna get Chris Middleton open. He's gonna get Dame time open. But it's all gonna start from that guy, Giannis. And I think another MVP year coming in for him.
Let's pick up from what Diego said. Let's jump to the must-watch player in the East. You mentioned Giannis can only win MVP if Dame will be that second guy. And for Coach Willie, Damian Lillard is a must-watch player in the East. So do you agree with this, Diego?
I definitely agree. I mean,
Yeah, of course.
He's a must.
He's not going to argue with that.
Yeah,
he's a must-watch player
He's a
anywhere.
must-watch since the
Anywhere.
start of his NBA career. But
Correct.
I love the picks of Coach Willie. So far,
Alright.
so good. But Dame time, I think he's a must-watch because it's going to be interesting. In this kind of a market, a contending team, how is he going to fare? Is he going to, try to steal the spotlight from Giannis? I don't think he's that guy. He's about winning, and I think that's his number one priority.
The last time Dame was a second fiddle was very, very early in his career when he was playing with LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yep.
And let's see if he still remembers how to be that guy.
Oh, that's a good question there. But of course, we're going to try and cause some chaos here
Yes,
because I don't like
please.
it when you guys get along.
I love chaos. I love chaos too, though.
So the surprise team here, the honorable mention that you have, Coach Willie, is the Orlando Magic. But the surprise team are the Pacers, according to you. Why so?
Okay, well, again, you get another year under the belt of that point guard who we saw in the World Cup, just Tyrese Halliburton throwing the ball all over the place. And then look who they added. First of all, I want to talk about Obi Toppin, who was buried on the bench in New York. We know that this guy can explode. And I'm talking about not just for dunks, but he has improved that three-point range. You just gave the greatest forward passer in today's NBA, because Lonzo Ball's not playing right now, a lob threat in Obi Toppin, and then Miles Turner's still there. I just think that it's a great combination.
You know, you saying that, Coach Willie, makes me regret not drafting Obi Toppin in the fantasy.
Well, you're just hurt, bro.
I know, it's a bad pick, but your thoughts on the Pacers, Jake?
I don't know about the Pacers. But
Surprise.
but they're a young team. I think once they get more experience under their belt, I think it's gonna work for them. How are we not talking about the Miami Heat with Jimmy Buckets right there?
Yeah, but I don't
Primo
see them
Jimmy,
as a surprise team. That's a team that they
Proven already.
They made a trip to the finals. They're aging. They lost a lot of pieces.
Okay.
So I just will they make it on the back of Jimmy Butler? Let's see. You know how many minutes he logs every season. The wear and tear could be there. I'm gonna stick with my two picks as far as Boston and Milwaukee. As their age is not catching up to them yet, and they've proven that they have the pieces that can already make it there.
Well, gentlemen, we had a lot more actually in store, but we ran out of time. I just want to mention that the dark horse team was the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I definitely agree.
And we'll see, because Miami Heat could have been an option there as
No
well.
objections.
But gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us here for
so much.
Jersey Day. And on that note, don't forget to celebrate NBA Jersey Day by tagging your favorite teams and players while repping them on social media as we look ahead to the NBA Tip-Off 2023. The brand new season starts this Wednesday, October 25, as Golden State Warriors face the Phoenix Suns, 10 a.m. live on NBA TV Philippines and the Pilipinas Live app. Coach Jago, really appreciate you being here, and we can't wait to have you again soon. Now, we have more sports stories after the break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game. Welcome back to the game. Volleyball fans in Batangas finally got a taste of the heart of volleyball as the PVL began its out-of-town tour this conference. The Creamline Cool Smashers dominated over the Signal HD Spikers in 3 straight sets, while the Petrogas Angels secured their second win against the Drift Floor Defenders. Apart from the fans, it was also a momentous event for 2 Batangueñas who received awards from their hometown. Creamline's Eliza Valdez and Petrogas' Ivy Perez share their thoughts after receiving their awards.
Nakaka-overwhelm yung feeling na makakuha ng ganitong award. Kasi syempre, yung feeling na ma-awardan ka dito sa mismong hometown mo is sobrang bonus na yun. Tapos yun, yung engagement pa rin talaga ng mga tao sa volleyball. Years na yung nakaraan nung huli kong nakuha tong award dito. So, sobrang thankful ako.
Well, I'm very grateful that our hometown siguro recognizes us also. So napakasarap pong balik-balikan ng aming hometown at maglaro ulit dito at salubungin ng init na pagmamahal galing po sa aming mga kababayan. So maraming salamat Batangas for recognizing all the things we do for sports. Sa lahat po ng mga fans na pumunta dito sa Batangas at mga taga-Batangas, mga Batanggenyo, maraming salamat po. Talagang ramdam na ramdam po namin ang mainit niyong pagmamahal. Sana po patuloy niyo suportahan ang Creamline Cool Smashers at madami pa po kami mga upcoming games. Kita-kita po tayo dyan.
And on that note, volleyball action continues tomorrow, October 24, at the Inares Center in Antipolo. We've got a triple header lined up with the F2 Logistics going head-to-head with the next led Chameleons at 2 p.m. Then at 4 p.m., the Farm Fresh Foxies will take on the PLDT high-speed hitters. And the day closes with the Akari Chargers facing off against the Cherry Tigo Crossovers at 6 p.m. Thank you for joining us. I'm Dip Dipianco.
And I'm Paul De Rosario. This has been The Game.